The first thing that I do when I'm deciding to buy a car is I determine, what I want to buy. And in this case, we were looking for a car for Scarlett. She was learned how to drive on a Highlander, so I wanted to buy a Highlander. So I looked at the first generation Highlander, which we bought a 2006 when we first got married. And the first generation is 2001 to 2007. So I was looking for one that was in that range. I wanted a car that was going to last her through college, so probably something that had 150,000 miles on it or less. So I knew what I was looking at. I went to Kelley Blue Book, and that was the first thing that I did, was to see what the car was worth. I don't know if you could see that here. When I found this car, you see it's 7,300. It was in a range from anywhere from 6,000 to 8,600. 7,300 about was what Kelley Blue Book thought it was worth. I looked at other cars on Craigslist too. I saw them anywhere from 4,500 to maybe 8,000, a little bit cheaper here in this part of the country. I also Carfaxed it. That's what I did here with this. I got the VIN. That's one of the first things you want to do if you're serious about buying a particular car. You want to look at the VIN and you want to Carfax. I think you can get 5 Carfax reports for $100. It's worth it. I do it every time. And you can see what jumps out here is accident reported on this car. And like that, it was a 2006, and how well you can read that, 2006 four-door limited. Actually, it was a 2005 four-door limited Highlander. And I looked at it, just go through it. You can see the mileage as it goes down. It was pretty much dealer maintained for a long time. And this is where the wreck was, and it says accident reported involving rear impact with another motor vehicle. Airbags did not deploy. So I wanted to keep an eye on that. It didn't go to a salvage title, but it showed me that there was probably a problem there. The car had 135,000 miles on it. It roughly checked out on the Carfax report. I didn't see anything rolled back at all on the report. So I then went and looked at the car. Granted, it didn't look this good when we bought it, but I'll just show you what I looked at when I sat down and bought the car. First thing I did is look at the outside. Look for any dents, dings, doors that really aren't lining up well. You can see there was one little dent right there. You can see right in here. It's a little dent. It's missing a wheel well, which was interesting. My guess is probably got a flat, probably tore the wheel well up. Didn't bother me. It's not hard to replace, but that's probably what happened. First thing I do is I go to the driver's door. And I look at the ID number, and I pull the VIN number off it. I make sure it matches with the title when I bought it. This one ends in 1683. All the main parts of this car are going to have that number on it. That number's on this door here. It's on this door here. The door hasn't been replaced. It's the original. It's on this quarter panel. Remember, they said in the Carfax report it had a wreck in the back. There's the VIN, the original lift gate, so I wasn't too worried about it. My guess is somebody probably got into this bumper. Minor. Open this door up. I noticed it didn't have a VIN number on it. It was in the glass, and it was different. This door was replaced, but this quarter panel was not. So somebody must have got into this door. Maybe somebody backed into it. Maybe the glass stopped working and they replaced the door. Who knows? It was minor. Didn't worry about it. This was the original door. So this was the original fender on here. It's the original fender here. You can see the VIN number. The dead giveaway is this. That's not stock. Here's my 2006 Highlander. This is what it looks like stock. It's got stickers on it. It's got like a sound barrier, and you can look in the radiator. It says Toyota on it. My guess is somebody probably got into this hood. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Maybe this grill, maybe they hit this grill and got a little bit into the hood and into this radiator because it's been replaced. It's hard to tell if this piece was original or not, but it might have been replaced. But everything else would look real straight. It looked really like it came from the factory, so it wasn't hit that hard. So I didn't worry about it. So I thought the body was in pretty decent shape, considering the car was probably $2,500 below market value. Underneath the car, I look for two things just to make sure the muffler looks not, not rusted, and you can see the steel pretty good. And I look for junkyard parts. I want to see if there's any parts been replaced by junkyard parts, which normally you'll see like a code on it. They'll be written in hand like a yellow code, maybe a number like 532 or HFC, some kind of code for the part number. I didn't see any of that underneath, so underneath it looked pretty good. Inside the car, the main thing I look for, and I usually bring somebody with me, and I make sure that they check everything and turn everything on and off and make sure it all works. All these buttons, all these windows, all sorts of things. But I look for wear. I look for wear on the steering wheel, which there was really none that I could see, or very little, indicated that 135,000 miles was true. I look for wear on here, which there was really hardly any at all. So that's usually a dead giveaway. Again, I love this car. It's got the JBL speakers. It's got this kind of wood-like finish. Got the leather. Look how good it cleaned up. It's really nice power seats. It's got airbags on both sides of the car. Look how good this carpet is. I never look at the mats, but I always look at the carpet. Look at how clean it is. You can barely see it. But you can really eat off of it. I mean, it really was in good shape. So I thought it was in pretty good shape. Motor, it's a Toyota. I don't worry too much about the motor. I checked the oil. Somebody could change the oil. I checked the transmission fluid to make sure it's pink. Nobody's going to change the transmission fluid. This checked out both. I checked this air filter here. It was like new, so it looks like somebody had maintained the car. It ran fine. Drove it down the road. I took it from 0 to 60, make sure it goes through all the gears properly, make sure it comes down all the gears properly. Take your hands off the wheel, get on a straight road, make sure the car drives straight, brake, make sure the car doesn't pull one way or another. And that usually is good enough if you buy a good car. But this one came out great. Tires, just want to add that. Always check the tires out. These were relatively new tires. And they actually matched. The fronts and the backs were the same, so the fronts probably wore a little bit quicker. I looked at the brakes. You can get down in there with flashlight and see the brakes. They were like new on the front and the back. So, I figured he wanted $5,500 for them. I asked him what you wanted. So what was your bottom line? He told me $5,000. I just took it, 4-wheel drive. Look at that. It's just, we'll see. Fingers crossed. Tow package. Hopefully it will work out well.